Hello everyone and welcome back. So we all know that AMC has been the meme stock winner, but there's many others like Clove, BlackBerry, Workhorse fighting for their chance to shine. And actually, let's start off this video by sharing another video from CNBC, and you guys are going to love this one. This is hilarious. Short sellers lose almost $5 billion in one day on meme stocks. This video came out yesterday, but let's actually watch about a minute of this. It's really good. The energy is amazing. I think you guys are gonna enjoy this.
10 of the most shorted stock losses were those short sellers to the tune of almost $5 billion in one day. AMC, for example, closed up 95% higher yesterday, causing $2.75 billion in losses for anyone who bet the stock would fall. And that was just yesterday. BlackBerry caused about $681 million of losses for the shorts. And today, it's already the most active stock on the New York Stock Exchange. And lastly, GameStop, of course, a Reddit favorite, caused about $414 million in losses. And despite the rally in the meme companies, the short sellers continued to hang on by boosting their bearish positions. According to Goldman Sachs, short selling positions continue to climb for 9 straight weeks. Short interest, in particular in AMC, hovered around 20% on Tuesday. You'd think maybe they'd drop it. No, short interest was about 19% on Wednesday, so they're still going strong. There's even a website titled highshortinterest.com where many retail traders frequent. Workhorse Group is the #1 shorted electric vehicle stock right now, along with Lordstown and Nikola, all stocks that popped nearly 20% yesterday.
Okay, so what she just said, I love this part. Wall Street bet Redditors or other traders are frequenting this site, highshortinterest.com. So how about this? How about we just frequent the site as well? And you know what? We should even probably add it to our streams from 9 to 10 to check out what's hot as well on Reddit, I guess, or what people are shorting. At first, I was like, hold on, how do we know this site is even remotely legit? Let me zoom in here a little bit. I was kind of reading through some of these things. And my first red flag, I was like, okay, data from NASDAQ, from the New York Stock Exchange and the American Stock Exchange. First of all, these are the same things. This is just a different name for the same New York Stock Exchange. It used to be called Amex or the American Stock Exchange. I was like, okay. Anyway, disclaimer, we have made our best effort to provide accurate information or data. We'll dive into that a little bit more, where this information is coming from. Actually, let's just dive into it now. So how accurate is this information? So we have, let's say, Workhorse right here. I pulled it up. If you go to click on this link, it goes to Yahoo Finance. So let's go to Yahoo Finance, and then I clicked on statistics here. I scroll down, short float here, roughly at 40%. So kind of close right here. They say 42%. Let's go here to Finviz, another place I like to check. Here, short float, 42.19%. So if we come back here, this is a little bit closer to what we're seeing. So, okay, we're getting kind of accurate information. We'll talk a little bit more how accurate short interest reports are to begin with. But okay, you know what? For comparison reasons and putting different stocks in a table by sorting from short interest, I think this is a good start, and it seems pretty straightforward where they're getting their information from, and at least it's somewhat accurate. Anyway, usually when I'm seeing this and I'm seeing tickers over really 20% is kind of when it starts getting a little bit more interesting. 30 and 40% definitely is a little bit more chaotic, and but how do we kind of use these ratios, right? Is 40% a lot? Is 30% a lot? How much does that affect the stock? Well, if we come over here to Workhorse and then actually on Finviz, Finviz right here, there's another ratio. It's called the short ratio. And basically you get that by taking the shorted shares and dividing it by the daily volume. I'm not sure yet. Okay, here's average volume. Let's see, is there daily volume? I don't know, but let's just say, for example, where is it? Short ratio. Let's just say the short float or short ratio, where was that? Is the shares shorted here. This is the one I wanted, is let's say 40 million. And then let's not say average, but the volume for this month, let's say, is the daily volume is about 100 million shares, and that would be a lot of shares. So that would take, there's a common term here, like a rule of thumb, it would take this amount of days for shorts to cover. So we come here back to Workhorse, this would take 3 days for shorts to be able to cover. I hope that makes sense. So let's go back to this example. So 100 million would be a lot. This would take 0.4 days. So pretty much half the trading day. But let's say the daily volume, or let's just use the average volume here, is 34 for Workhorse. So boom, let's type in 34. Now it says, okay, so it takes on average about 1 day for shorts to cover at the current average volume. Obviously, there's much more volume on these tickers right now, but that's what makes it so interesting. So right now on Workhorse, the highest shorted company, it would take 3 days for shorts to fully cover. And that's why you get these huge short squeezes, because they all can't just cover right away. They're averaging out of these positions, pushing the price higher, and so on, so forth. So we have, let's actually look at Clove here. There was short ratio of 1.75, so this would take almost 2 days for shorts to cover. Let's go to AMC really quickly. This is short ratio, actually not as high as you would expect, 0.7. So who knows, maybe shorts are already fully covered. So I do want to let you guys know about that. AMC, there's been a lot of hype about it, but I'm personally, I'm a little bit skeptical if it's going to keep flying here, maybe above 70 into the hundreds. I know I'm so evil for saying that, and you know what? I even shorted BlackBerry yesterday. I already covered that position, but a lot of these tickers had really big runs already. 1.5 short ratio on BlackBerry. Also, one thing I do want to point out here, let you guys know, is how do I find a stock's number of shorted shares? And this is something we don't talk about all the time on our streams. We have covered, I don't know, maybe a handful of times in the last year and a half, or maybe even longer. But basically, and the important part here is every 15 days, let's see. And where is it here? Sorry about that. Okay, here we go. Typically, let me zoom in a little bit for anyone. Typically, the exchanges issue general reports. So an exchange like NASDAQ or the New York Stock Exchange, so wherever the stock is being traded, typically the exchange issue general reports at the end of each month, right? That's huge. Giving investors a tool to use a short selling benchmark. Now, here's a little bit of a plus side. The NASDAQ exchange publishes a short interest ratio in the middle and at the end of the month. So, in that regard, if it's a NASDAQ stock, which I think AMC is, no, AMC is a New York Stock Exchange. So there's a good chance this short float that everyone is so excited about is totally wrong. I mean, who knows? By now, with a short ratio of only 0.72, it only takes shorts to cover, less than a day. Technically, this short float could be 0 right now. So anytime somebody's like, oh yeah, the short float on AMC is, 22%, guys, this is older information. I mean, we're just, June 4th. And if they came out with this report, let's say, the end of May, maybe it's only 5 days old, but still it would only take 1 day. It could take 1 minute of trading session where this is skewed. So you're always looking at old information here. And I do just kind of want to say that's why the short float ratio or the short float percentage right here is a little bit dangerous, the interest. And it's good to be aware of what the ratio is, because that kind of shows how easy it is for traders to get out of their position. But in the end, I think this website, High Short Interest, is kind of interesting. I mean, you could definitely look at other tickers that might be ready for pop. I mean, Clove, that's a ticker that we've been looking at. Beautiful. We had a great swing trade in this area. I actually had a horrible swing trade in this area. So I don't know. I think I maybe even red on Clove. I would have to look that up. I wanted to buy more here, but I was fully allocated in my swing portfolio. So that was a little bit unfortunate. But even Clove has had now a 60% rally, and there's huge resistance above it. Now I'm kind of bullish on Clove, and I would like to go long it again. But this is one of those tickers where I would just like Space. I would wait for a little bit of a pullback here. Or IPOE, which now is SoFi. That's another perfect example where we ended up selling our SoFi before the merger. Actually, let me see if IPOE shows up, because it would be easier to explain it here. Let me go to my IRA account. This is a perfect example here where we had a huge run up, 50+%, and I was like, this is a really solid run up, huge resistance. Let's take profits with the goal of buying back. So that's how Waze I like to manage my position a little bit after a huge run. And a lot of these tickers that is, being talked about on this list already had those 50, 100% rallies. I'm not saying they can't do 150, 200% rally. I mean, just look at GameStop, anything's possible. But I feel like there's so much focus on short interest, and I just feel like there's so much I don't know, like hype information out there where it's just like, yeah, 20, 40%. I mean, it's like, like wake up, people. It's a little bit shady to be, constantly hyping that stuff. But in the end of the day, I think we'll keep track of this list a little bit on the streams. I do want to notice or mention on the streams as well. I was getting a few questions here when I'm trading a stock. Usually I'll be calling out the pattern that I'm trading, but lately, and we've been doing this for like 2 years, so I'll be trading a dip, I'll be trading a pullback, I'll be trading a breakout. But what I actually want to start doing, I was thinking about this for a long time, is I just want to say if it's ranging or if it's trending. And if it's trending, I want to say front side or back side. So, this means it's ranging. And if it's a ranging stock, you typically don't want to be trading breakouts. You want to be trading, mean reversion. And if it's on a front side or back side, front side dip trades, breakouts, back side buying dips, looking for reversions back to the 9 EMA. A little bit more technical if you're not a day trader, but I do want to kind of throw that on here. I've been getting so many questions about this one thing alone. And then, to wrap this up here on a positive note, if you guys do have Dogecoin, Coinbase now offers Dogecoin to be traded. Super hilarious. Now, they are doing a sweepstake to try to get more people to trade Dogecoin on Coinbase. Let's go down here. What you can do is you could, one winner will receive $300,000, 10 will get 30,000 of Doge, 6,000 people will get $100 of Doge. How to enter? You have to trade, buy or sell $100 worth of Doge on Coinbase between 6.3, so that was yesterday, and 6.10. Now, I did reach out to Coinbase because I was a little confused. I was like, okay, does that mean we can only use Coinbase or can we use Coinbase Pro? Either way, I mean, if you're only trading $100, those fees alone of buying and selling is going to cost you one whole entire percent. So, $100, you're going to pay $1 to join this raffle. So that's kind of the cost if you don't have any volume, because trading on Coinbase Pro, which is cheaper, is 0.5% to buy and sell. It's very expensive on Coinbase. So I don't know. I did want to throw that out there as well. Anywho, guys, let's go ahead and wrap it up. I hope you enjoyed this little rant on short interest. I hope you guys learned something. Let me know in the comments below, how you trade based on short interest. I would love to hear your guys' thoughts on that. Anyway, guys, I'll see you then first thing Monday morning on the stream. Have a great weekend, guys. And like always, stay safe and make some awesome trades. Ciao, ciao.